Hey, I'm Louis La Roche, and this is a special podcast to celebrate the release of my fifth studio album, Admittedly. I'll be taking you through each song on the album and the stories behind them, so sit back, relax, and let's dive in. So the album starts off with Some Way. Some Way was the blueprint for the album. It seemed right to put it as the opening song. The first demo of Some Way dates back to summer of 2021. And I had an idea of creating a song using only drums, synths, and recording techniques that were available in the 1980s. There's been a trend in recent years in pop music where producers will take modern synths and sounds and try to make a record that sounds very nostalgic and 80s. But I haven't heard many examples of people trying to write a song in the opposite sense, creating a pop song using only vintage sounds. So that's what I tried to do with Some Way. And when the original instrumental was done, I loved it so much that I thought I should try and write an entire album using that same formula. Some Way is also really important because it's the first time that I've released a song where I'm singing in my high, soft, falsetto tone, which I've done with backing vocals and choruses before, but never in a full song. It's actually how I write the majority of my demos, and it's something that I wanted to include more on this album. I think the song Colors is probably the only song on Admittedly where I'm using my normal chest voice. So using my falsetto voice became a bit more of a focus and a conscious decision because of Some Way. It's also the first song on the album that was completed vocally. The lyrics are about working things out in a relationship and being upfront about the flaws between two people. Again, that sort of became the basis of the entire album. Speaking of hard truths and admitting to them, here's Some Way.
Hold it down with me.
Honest was completed quite late into the album, but the original demo was started mid-2022. I wanted to write a song where a guitar was the focus and really sold the song. So the entire track was built around the guitar you hear in the chorus, which brings that funky swing character to the song. I'd say it's one of the more band-style songs on Admittedly, with less emphasis on electronic instruments and more traditional instruments, which naturally gives off a more organic sound, but also a more soft rock feel, I guess. I was listening to a lot of Kate Bush and Judy Zook, especially the song Genie No, which was a big influence on Honest. So it got me wanting to write a song from a female point of view with a real sense of self-worth. Once I had all the lyrics and the vocal melodies down, I got back in touch with HEDDIE, an American singer-songwriter who I've worked with before on songs Dive and What You Wanted from my Saturday Night Griever album. Once I sent my demo to HEDDIE, I explained the arrangement and the idea behind the song and the lyrics that I had. And she understood the song straight away and worked really quickly to send it back to me. I think her vocals just beautifully fit the song, and this is something about her tone that's just instantly likable, but also kind of haunting, especially in the middle eight of the song. Vocals were the only thing on the album that I really wanted to have a distinct modern sound. I could have gone down the route of vintage 80s vocals, but I just felt that the way we process vocals in 2023 is much more interesting and more fun. Here's Honest featuring HEDDIE.
Ask me to call you up sometime. Don't hold your breath, no boy, not this time. Don't need the games, don't wanna fight. Always a cheat and you know I'm right. Can't take the tears and all the lies. I'm just a doll in your eyes. Boy, you can dream and fantasize, but I can't wait to be rid of you. Ain't even worth it, no you don't deserve it. I'm just being honest, you haven't earned this. Ain't even worth it, no you don't deserve it. I'm just being honest, you haven't earned this. Couldn't resist your poison kiss. I wish I could have avoided it. Honest mistake, now no more of this. Cut you out, the silence is bliss. Can't take the tears and all the lies. I'm just a doll in your eyes. You try to change with all your might, but there's nothing you can say or do. Ain't even worth it, no you don't deserve it. I'm just being honest, you haven't earned this. Ain't even worth it, no you don't deserve it. I'm just being honest.
Be Like That really is just me tapping into the sounds of the 80s that some people might consider cheesy, and that's sampled vocals. When samplers first became commercially available around the mid to late 80s, vocals became the thing that were instantly sampled. So I wanted to put the spotlight on them as if to say, hey, there's real charm in sampled vocals done in this way. The 80s group Art of Noise was a big reference, as well as the song I Can't Wait by New Shoes. I didn't want to steer away from dated sounds, and that became an important key element on the record. If anything, I think it became a bit of a challenge to try and find ways of including these cheesy, simplistic, cheap sounds and dressing them up a bit to make them more appealing, but also stand out as that's what makes the song great. The song's also a bit of a tribute to the electro b-boy sound of the 80s, which at this point is a bit of a product of its time. It never really left the 80s, which I think is a real shame because it was such a big part of music history. Today, we kind of take sampling for granted. It's so easy and accessible to do thanks to advances in technology. But back in the 80s, you had a limited amount of time that you could sample due to the lack of memory in early samplers. But that limitation sparked a lot of creativity. And that's something that I try to inject in my own music. It's easy to get bombarded with plugins and synths, but just limiting yourself to a few bits of gear and learning them like the back of your hand really helps with creativity. Here's Be Like That. Gone came about from a demo I wrote in 2018, which had like a 90s R&B vibe to it. I wrote a rough scratch vocal, but for whatever reason, I shelved it and I kind of forgot about it. But that vocal idea stuck with me. Fast forward to when I wrote the instrumental in early 2022, I paired it up with the vocal idea I had in 2018, and it just worked perfectly. Instrumentally, a lot of this album has a gentle tone. It's laid back, and a lot of that comes from wanting to showcase the sounds that I'm using, building soundscapes and leaving plenty of room and space in the songs to really let the sound breathe. The hit producers Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis were a big influence on the song, and I think they do that perfectly with a lot of their slower songs. Also, the Scritti Politti song Absolute was a big influence, especially on the drums. I wrote the lyrics and I sent my demo to Oisin Devine, an Irish singer who lives in Amsterdam. He hired a studio in Amsterdam for the day and recorded all his vocals remotely and sent them over to me by email. He has the kind of tone that I had in my head when I originally wrote the song, so it was a perfect fit. Lyrically, Gone has my favourite line in it, which is heartbreak in stereo sound, and I just love the imagery and delivery of that line. Here's Gone featuring Sean Devine. Colors was probably the fastest song that I wrote on, admittedly. It must have taken maybe 2 days to get the demo done and another 3 days to get the vocals done. With this album, I decided to release singles as I went along rather than finishing the album first and then releasing singles. So by the time I finished Colors till when I released it, it must have been about 3 weeks or so. There's a band from the 80s called Time Bandits who had a song called I'm Only Shooting Love. And that was the real inspiration behind Colors. That post-disco sound, leaning heavily on drum machines and synths, but still trying to keep a very human and funky, loose feeling on the song. As I mentioned before, Colors is the only song on the album where I'm singing in my natural chest voice. It's something that I've kind of fallen in and out of love with over the years. My first album, To Rest Is To Rust, had me singing like that on every song. But since then, I just didn't want to put my voice back out there. The only exception is the song One Night from my album Saturday Night Griever in 2020. So returning to it with Colors, it just didn't feel right at first. But the more the song sat with me, the more it started to grow on me again. I think I compromised a little bit by having my high falsetto in the chorus, but I think that's what really works about the song. It's almost like a Bee Gees or an Earth, Wind and Fire thing to do. Here's Colors. I love interludes on albums, and if you're a long-term listener of my music, you'll know that there's been quite a few that I've done over the years. Not only do they allow time to breathe between sections of an album, but they're also a nice way to put in songs that escape away from the general feel of an album. It became obvious pretty early on when writing Admittedly that this was going to be a synth-heavy album, but I wanted it to have some kind of more live band elements on the record. So I turned to yacht rock to do that. I adore that style of piano playing, slightly jazzy, a bit bluesy, and there's lots of funk and disco influence in yacht rock. The sax idea came about for two reasons. One, the 80s was all about the saxophone. It was everywhere. And two, because of the stupid track title, Sax Break. The Broken One is one of the oldest songs on the record. The original demo for what would become The Broken One was written back in 2020. It was a bit slower, more sparse, and a bit more stripped back. The arrangement was the same, but the vibe was a bit different. For whatever reason, though, it got shelved until 2021. In 2021, I returned to the demo and wrote a rough vocal melody I had for the chorus and the middle eight. I then sent my demo over to Madeleine Abela, a songwriter here in the UK. After a few back and forths by email, she wrote a beautiful verse and bridge for the song. But again, though I loved what Maddie had written, I was unsatisfied with the song instrumentally, so it was shelved for a second time. Then, in 2022, when I was in the middle stages of writing Admittedly, The Broken One popped back into my head. Now that I had a rough blueprint for the sort of sound Admittedly was taking on, I decided to completely rework The Broken One from the ground up. I sped it up slightly, I re-recorded everything, and I made it more funky and upbeat and brighter. I took influence from the Italo disco sound of the 1980s, lots of synths and drum machines, and now that I was happy with the song finally, I got in touch with singer Alisha. Her voice was exactly what the song needed. Her strong vocal performance really sells the song. Although The Broken One is the only song on Admittedly that I co-wrote, it simply wouldn't exist without Maddie and Ashley. Here's The Broken One featuring Alisha.
trying to keep my composure. Forget all of the words you said. Oh, every promise that forever would be eyes in the end. Wish that I'd never known ya. Ignorance would have bite me. Bliss throughout the parts of myself I miss. Cause I've been running, chasing the memories that you'll forget. Cause I try and I get nowhere. And ain't it funny, you're living your life out there, oh, somewhere. And you chose to walk away, and now I'm here still holding on. Couldn't find the strength to stay, so you made me the broken one. The broken one. And if love is what we really had, why did you get out with no pain? And if love is what we really had, how do I get it back again? Back again, back again. And you chose to walk away, and now I'm here still holding on. Couldn't find the strength to stay, so you made me the broken one. The broken one. The broken one.
Wide Awake is sort of the outcast on the album in many ways, mainly because of its rock undertones. It's probably the most rock song I've released as Louis La Roche. I couldn't put out an 80s inspired album without paying tribute to the 80s rock sound. It's one of those instances where I had a mental picture of the song to help me write it. I pictured the kind of song that you'd see in an 80s action movie, with a scene that involves a high-speed chase in a sports car, maybe a getaway car from a robbery, with police cars chasing them down. So the fast tempo, the chugging guitar, and the rising synths were really a result of that. I knew vocally I wanted something like a chant, and that's where those backing vocals on the chorus come in. And as for the main vocals by Spell City, he really had the kind of male voice that I've never worked with before. Gritty and raw, which is exactly what the song needed. I'm also really proud of the guitar work on Wide Awake. I'm not a guitar player at all, and I get by just enough so I can edit it later on. But most of the guitar playing on Wide Awake is single takes. Here's Wide Awake featuring Spell City.
Dreams I have every night tell me I'm in a world of pain. Then you came in my life, a feeling I'll never be the same. Oh, I've been asleep for too long, too long. Never thought I'd see the day when you came along. I'm wide awake. Lead me to your heart, and my dreams were never apart. I'm wide awake.
Something that's always interested me in songwriting are songs written with a triplet swing. In the 80s, we had songs that utilized this, such as Gavin Christopher, One Step Closer, Michael Jackson, The Way You Make Me Feel, and Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. It's a technique that's rarely used these days, but I've always loved the groove that it creates. So here, If You Need Me, is a result of me experimenting with triplets. The song itself is almost like a soft tribute to my song All I Had from 2016. It follows the same recipe of taking different phrases of vocals, pitching them up and down, and treating them as if they were separate samples. It's less about the lyrical content and more about the emotions of the vocals. Here If You Need Me was the last song I finished for Admittedly. By the Phone is one of my favorites on the album. There's just something about those chords which really makes the hairs stand up on the back of my neck. There's a misconception that you have to write fast and up-tempo songs in order to make people dance. but I set myself the challenge with By the Phone to write a ballad that made me want to dance. The little synth melody that comes in after each chorus is so simple but so effective at being super groovy. I had the idea of including a ringing phone in the song as soon as I came up with the title, so I included it in the middle 8. The snare in the song is actually a cowbell too. I really loved the juxtaposition of the soft keys against the harsh metallic sound of the cowbell. The final chorus is a nod to Phil Collins, which my brother suggested. Those big gated drums that come in were all his idea. Lyrically, I think the song stands out as one of my best on the album. I was listening to a lot of the Blue Nile when writing this song, and I think that really shows. Here's By the Phone. Waver came about from two ideas which ended up being mashed together in one song. The chords you hear in the intro and the chords you hear in the chorus were two separate song ideas which ended up working so well together but almost seemed like separate parts from each other. That then influenced my songwriting when it came to the lyrics, wavering from one idea to another. So in the chorus I sing, "Is it something? Is it nothing? What if what you want never happens?" And I just loved the anxiety of that line. The chorus is like a question with no answer. Instrumentally, there's a lot of the Prophet 5 synthesizer used on this song. I wanted to give off that boogie funk post-disco sound, and the Prophet is perfect for that. I really had to restrain myself a lot with this song. I could easily have written lyrics for a verse and filled it up with much more parts, but I just loved the sparseness and openness of the song. It's almost like an instrumental synth jam. It forces you as the listener to pick apart all the little synth parts and really dissect the song when you listen to it. Here's Waver. Just a Little Bit of Your Loving is an idea that I just couldn't let go of. It's just perfect as it is, and I didn't want to flesh it out into a full song. So it's pretty much a raw demo in many ways, and it almost sounds like a sample that could have been taken from another song. It's just super nostalgic, and I think that's what I love about it the most. Songs don't really fade out so much anymore, so I knew I wanted a really long fade out on this song. It makes it sound like the song loops on forever. Here's Just a Bit of Your Loving.
Just a little bit of your loving. Every now and then I need something. Just a little bit of your loving. That's nothing, girl. Just a little bit of your loving. Every now and then I need something. Just a little bit of your loving. That's nothing, girl.
The instrumental for Where Did All the Time Go was written back in 2022. I love the Yamaha D50. It's an amazing synth that's still quite underrated in the modern world, and most of the sounds from this song came from that synth. The song has a kind of tropical, almost African feel to it, with a house music undertone, and for that reason, I think it's one of my favorite songs. I'm really proud of this one because there's lots of different melodies playing together in the chorus, yet it doesn't sound overly busy or overcrowded. I had the title for the song pretty much from day one, but I knew the title would work better as a backing vocal as opposed to a lead. So I shelved it and I returned to it towards the end of the album sessions. That's when I wrote the lead vocal and got Magenta Girl on board to sing it. I wanted her vocal to almost sound like a sample, super simplistic and repetitive, again paying tribute to its house undertones. The percussion was inspired by Gwen Guthrie's 1986 hit, Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent. It's a Roland 727 drum machine that was often used in early house music. Here's Where Did All the Time Go featuring Magenta Girl.
I'm never ever on my own. Where meant to be, where meant to be. I'm never ever on my own. Where meant to be, where meant to be. 'Cause I know that you want it, that you want it.
Teary-Eyed is like my end credits song. Super uplifting, emotive, and impactful. I sang the original demo from top to bottom, but was frustrated with my tone. The song's key was just too high for me to sing, so I reached out to J.None to get a classic R&B performance out of him. I could imagine Michael Jackson singing it, and I told that to J.None, and I think he channeled that a little bit when he sang it. For the drums, I wanted them to sound like a cross between Kate Bush's Hounds of Love and Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror. They really smack you in the face, and I love that. Also, the vocal pad that you can clearly hear at the end of the song was played on an Emulator 2 synthesizer, and it's just so rich and euphoric, and it seemed like the sweetest sound to end the album on. Lyrically, I wrote 2 different bridges for the song, and I couldn't decide which version I liked for the final song, so I included both. The awoos, as I call them, in the middle 8 were from my original demo, and J.None sent over his recording of them, and they were much lower. So I said to him, try singing them high like in the demo. I knew he could nail it, and he went back and he redid them, and they're just great. They really add so much to the song and take it to new heights. Here's Teary-Eyed featuring J.None. And that's the album. I hope you enjoyed it. I wanted to leave this final part of the podcast open to answer a few questions from you guys. So I've got 5 questions here that I thought I'd go through. The first comes from Maximi, who asks, a personal one, but which song did you put the most tears on? Thanks for your question. I think that has to be By the Phone. I sang that song really softly and I was almost whispering into the microphone. It was a really rainy day when I recorded that vocal, and I think it really helps with the delivery. With all these songs, though, I didn't write in an autobiographical way. I like to pull from experiences that I've witnessed or perhaps have gone through, but paint them in a much more dramatic and over-exaggerated way. It's kind of like playing a character. So you're putting emotion into the performance, but it's just not personal to me. PFAC Music asks, how did you do that reverb pitch up effect on Wide Awake when Spell City Sings Came Along? Well, it was just simply that. I got him to sing the line straight. Then I sampled the end of the word along and looped it and used the pitch bend to pitch it up. And then I added reverb afterwards. It sounds way more machine-like and unnatural than if he were to just sing it like that. But I think that's what makes it such a cool part. Thanks for your question. Robert asks, what's the biggest challenge in writing a pop song compared to a dance song? That's a really good question. I think for me, writing dance music comes much more naturally to me because I've done it for the longest. So for that reason, it's less challenging for me. But that's not to say that it's not fun. It's just fun in a different way from writing a pop song. But writing pop, I think, is harder because there's lots more layers and further things to think about. Pop is all about writing catchy and moving melodies and chords, whereas I think at its core, dance music is more about the relationship between the drums and the bass. I do love writing both, though, and I go back and forth between writing those two genres with each album. And that's something at this point that I've sort of become committed to. And because of that, I almost have 2 different fan bases. So it can be hard sometimes to kind of please both crowds. But just because you might not resonate with one album doesn't mean you might not resonate with the next one. Chloe asks, what's your favorite song on the album and why? Well, it changes all the time, but at the moment it's Where Did All the Time Go? Mainly because the song that I envisioned in my head before I sat down and wrote it and the final song are pretty close. And it's just really satisfying when that happens. And I'm super proud of the way that it turns out. So thanks for your question. The final question comes from Lucas, who asks, how did you get the drum sound on the Broken One? Well, it's the Linn LM1 drum machine, which I've used quite a lot over the years and is probably hands down my favorite drum sound. The reason it might sound a little different is because of the layering. So the LM1 is like the core sound, but there's lots of percussion and additional sounds on top of it, which kind of brings it more to life, like live hand claps and a live hi-hat. But there's also lots of coloration from compression and saturation and reverb. And colors actually also uses the LM1, but it's a bit more of the traditional kind of stock sound that you get out of the box with the LM1. So yeah, thank you. And that's all the questions. So thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed listening to the album as much as I did making it. And take care. Thank you.